A movie where my two favorite Disney Channel crushes are dressed in bikinis. Yeah, sounds about right. I was always attracted to Vanessa Hudgens and Selena Gomez, and so when Selena Gomez said that she was starring in her first R-rated film, I was like, that is interesting. Now, I won't say that this was one of my anticipated movies. This movie was buzzing in my mind to look forward to, and to see how it turns out. And so I decided to watch it. The premise of this movie is about 4 college girls. They're tired of doing the same boring thing every day. They just want a way to break out and have fun. So 3 other girls, they decide to rob a diner to get money so they can go on spring break. They manage to get the money for spring break, and then they decide to have fun and do drugs and sex and all that good stuff until they get caught up by the law, and then James Franco's character breaks them out of jail, and then things start to really get grittier. Now, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I might give this a go. And then I saw the trailer in theaters with one of my homeboys, and he said, you know what this is? This looks like one of those extra stories or bonus levels in Grand Theft Auto. After I thought about it, I was like, you know what? That is absolutely right. That's all this really is. In fact, the director, Harmony Korine, I think that's where he got his inspiration from. and throughout this whole movie, you just see nothing but titty shots, breast shots, and everything. So pretty much the best way I can describe this movie is Grand Theft Auto meets Girls Gone Wild. Alright, now let's talk about the cast of this movie. But before I do that, let me just say another thing that got me interested in this movie was the fact that this movie has 2 of Disney's well-known stars in it, you know? And they're trying to cross over from that to this, and so I just wanted to see how they execute that. And trust me, they really get down and dirty, especially Vanessa Hudgens. Alright, so we got Selena Gomez's character. Her character's name is Faith. She's this goody-good Christian girl. And we also got the other 3 girls that are more the baddies. You know, we got Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical fame. We got Ashley Benson from Pretty Little Liars fame. And then we got Harmony Korine's wife, Rachel Korine. And I will say that you get more titty shots of her than all the other girls. And you would think that you would get titty shots from the other 3 girls, but you don't. Well, you kind of get a little bit from Vanessa Hudgens and maybe Ashley Benson, but you really get more so from her. And I must say, I was really impressed with James Franco's character. I heard that James Franco, he never broke character. I mean, like, even Selena Gomez and Vanessa Hudgens, they said in interviews that James Franco, he was that same person while they were on set, and he never broke character, and so they never really got to meet James Franco. So pretty much James Franco did what Heath Ledger did with the Joker. Heath Ledger, he just stayed in character. He was the Joker the whole time. But back to James Franco. Like, James Franco, I'd probably say he is a cross between the Wraith version of Vanilla Ice, and he also said that his character was inspired by a rapper named Dangerous, in which on the soundtrack he collaborates with a rapper called Dangerous. And then last but not least, we also got Gucci Mane in this movie now. Now, some people are probably going to ask, how did Gucci Mane do in this movie? And I'll say, he was good, but it's not like his role was memorable. Like, pretty much, his role could have been played by anybody, is what I'm really trying to say. So, it's not like I'm looking at Gucci Mane in this movie, it's like, oh, now that was a very memorable role. And now for the technical aspect of the movie. Now, we all know the director, Harmony Korine. He's known for directing the movie Kids, which I have never seen, and after watching Spring Breakers, I will make it my obligation to find a way to watch this movie. Throughout the whole movie, it's just nothing but a titty fest in this movie. When the film opens, it's just nothing but 2 minutes of titty shots and people partying on the beach and whatnot. You know, people just having fun on spring break. But aside from all that, I really enjoy the vibe of this movie. The movie, yes, it's kind of edited weird. In fact, like for example, like there is some repeated dialogue in this movie that I really feel really wasn't needed. The repeated dialogue just kind of took me out of the movie for a little bit. The cinematography in this movie is amazing, though. Whoever the cinematographer is, there are some aspects of the movie where the editing is done nicely. Like, there's some montages in there that are done really nice. In fact, the second act uses the greatest use of a Britney Spears song I've heard in a while. I'm not going to spoil the scene for you, but just when you see that scene, you might actually enjoy it. And I'm not talking about the song they sing in the trailer where they're sitting outside the liquor store singing, "My loneliness It's killing me. I'm not gonna do the rest of the song for y'all. Even the music in this movie is really awesome. Like, I got the soundtrack last night, and the music is done by Skrillex. Props to them. Really, I just love the way this movie was seamless. I mean, we got the first half, it focuses on them trying to get money to go to spring break, and then when they do get to spring break, it's just nothing but them just partying and drinking and drugs and all that. And the second half is when they meet James Franco's character, and then they start getting into the life of crime and whatever. The second half of the movie is really when the movie kicks in, especially the ending. Great premise, great style, and great character. I will rate this movie a B+ for buy on Blu-ray. This right here is just my initial review. I'm also going to do an honest review where I'm going to explain parts of the movie in one sentence. The link to that video is in the description below. Check it out. But that's it for today. If you like what you see and you want to see more, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my other channel. The links are in the description below. And be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Peace.